Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Today we will discuss about the origin of equines and then the different species in the equines. Talking about the origin of the horses, the modern horse, it has been evolved. The present um, morphological structure of the horse we see, it was not as it looks like now. So it has been evolved from the heifers. And even in this imaginary picture, you can see here that it was very small, about the size of a dog, you can say. And um, apart from the physical appearance, you can see there were also some structural changes which cannot be seen now in the modern horse, especially about the hopes. So we would discuss that in the origin, that what was the ancestor and how the modern horse has been mm, originated from that ancestor. Clear picture, if you see that the 40 million years ago it was looks like here, and in the 30 million years ago then it has been elongated, and here the single hoof structure can be seen. Now if we see here, it will become more clear for us that when it was 60 million years ago, so the along with the hoof, there was also developmental changes occur in the skull of the horse. You see, it has been as um, we can we have discussed about the silent features of the equine. So they have the elongated pass and expressive eye. So when you see here, this the um, in the modern horse, their eyes are more expressive and their passes are elongated. So these changes are occur because of the developmental changes throughout their lifespan. And here you can see the more clear picture of this the different times frame, and the developmental changes occur through the um, series of evolution in the equines. So the most important thing which I have told you is the development of the single hoof in the throughout this process. And if we talk about the as I have told you that it was just found in the North America, then um, the horse population spread throughout the world, and but it was later on. distributed to the Asia and European countries. Now, talking about the different species of the horses. So, first one is the domesticated horse, which is also called as the modern horse. Um, it was originated in Eurasia and the and considered as the ancestor of the modern horse, which we can see from the picture. And we will not go into detail of each of the structure because this will be discussed later on in other lectures. Today we are just gonna to learn about only the species and their living place as well as the purpose of their farming. Um, as we know that these modern horses are still used for transportation purposes as well as a source of food. Uh, these horses are also used as a source of food now, but in ancient time mostly they were used as a source of protein, as a source of meat, and as well as it has a cultural significance because the ancient Romans, um, horse was a sign of integrity and a sign of fraud for the human being. The other species is the African wild horse. Seems like donkey, but it was different from that. And this is the basic origin of this type of the equines. It is the Africa, but can also be found in the Somalia, Ethiopia, and other regions of the world. And now, the most specific characteristic it has that it has, as we know, that most of the areas in the Africa, the desert type, so they are adapted to the harsh environmental condition, and that's why can be survived for a longer time without the availability of water. The other type of the horses are the Asian or Asiatic wild ass. uh, Jimenez. It is the native to the Central Asia and some parts of the Mongolia, China, Iran, even in Pakistan, they can also be found. Now, as you know, the these some of these areas they have the harsh environmental condition, so they have been developed and adapted for mm, those environmental condition. And here we can see the most obvious difference from the wild horses is their color. So the appearance of the red color as well as the pattern of the color, you can see that on the back they are red, but when we go below the belly, that is white of white color. The Tibetan wild oss are Equus the scientific name it has. So, as the name indicate that it has been originated from the Tibet plateau, but also found in India, Nepal, and Bhutan. The silent feature that it can also be survived in harsh environmental conditions and in the high altitudes as well. Though their height are more as compared to the previous species we have discussed, so they are adapted for speed as well, just like the modern domesticated horse. Uh, now, as we have discussed that the zebra is included in the equine, so it's a wild animal. Um, this is another species of the equines, the Gravy's zebra or Equus gravy, native to Kenya, Ethiopia, and among the zebra species, which we are going to discuss now, this is the largest one. Its population is more as compared to the other species. And if we see about their strips, so they are different, black and white, but black are more obvious, you can see. So the pattern you will see now that comparatively it is different. The whole body is covered by the strips, but the belly is white. But here you can see the pattern. It goes here, this is another pattern, and here is another pattern. So this pattern make it different from the other one. Now if we see the plain zebra, so even in there are strips on their belly. Okay, so they are again they are native to Africa, and they're if we compare to the previous one, so the strips here they are comparatively larger, means they are if we talk about their width, so it has more width of the strip as compared to the previous one, and they are comparatively more social. Because of this characteristics, they can be found in herds, and as we know that they are social animal, that's why it can be found in large herds, and also playing an important role in the maintaining of the ecosystem balance through vegetation process. This is another one, the mountain zebra. So if we see about the strips, so they are different as well as their base structure is also different from the previous one. And it is found in Angola, Namibia, and South Africa. Again, it's African origin, and their strips are unique. We can see the width here is more when we come toward the base, so it becomes thinner and thinner. It has a wide belly as well as it has a develop at the throat here and hanging flesh, um, not so large as compared to the ox, but still it has the develop, and as they are living in the mountain, so can be um, lived in harsh environmental condition. Here summarizing this origin and species, you can see from the picture that each one of them they have the um, different size, different colors, even their adaptability to different environmental conditions. Hope you have learned something important about the origin and species of the equines. See you in the next lecture.